Story recapped here. Today I'm going to explain a fantasy, horror, and musical film called Good Manners. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. On the way to a job interview, Clara Macedo, a young woman applying to be a nanny, arrives at the job site where strict security measures are done. The employer, Anna, welcomes her into her home, making her wait because she is still interviewing another nanny. While waiting, Clara observes the beautiful space overlooking other buildings. During the interview, Clara says that she used to be a student nurse but is inexperienced in being a nanny. However, she informs Anna that she used to take care of her grandmother for 7 years. Just as she is about to be denied the job because of her lack of references, Anna experiences cramping because of her pregnancy. To ease her pain, Clara guides and positions her body so she could feel relieved. Impressed by this, Anna decides to hire her as a housekeeper and a future nanny, so she tours her around the house. Clara comes home on that rainy night to gather her things before moving to Anna's place. However, she discovers that Doña Amelia, her landlady, got all her clothes because she failed to pay her rent for the past months. She refuses to give Clara her clothes unless she pays all her debts. Finally, they both come to an agreement that settles their deal. On the first day of her job, she arrives at the messy house and cleans it right away. Inside Anna's bedroom, she sees a revolver but isn't bothered by it at all. The following day, Clara accompanies Anna for her ultrasound appointment, where she finds out that she is having a baby boy. She is concerned about the baby's normalcy, but the doctor assures her that the baby is perfectly healthy and even overweight for his age. Back in the house, Clara paints the room blue and customizes it for the baby's gender. While cleaning up, she hears loud music from the living room as Anna celebrates her 29th birthday. Seeing that she is drinking liquor, Clara attempts to stop her, but she insists that it is a special occasion and invites Clara to celebrate. They both share a toast, and the drunk Anna shares that she is estranged from her family after cutting ties with her. She then shows a picture of her on the farm and says that she has always been fascinated with animal eyes. Initially engaged to a rich man, she had another affair and conceived a child from another man. Her parents sent her away to the city to get rid of the baby, but they severed ties after refusing to undergo the process. Anna becomes extremely comfortable with Clara and forms an unexpected friendship with her. On her 28th week of pregnancy, the doctor informs her that her blood pressure is increasing, thus prescribing her a new diet. According to him, it will be difficult at first, but she will indeed feel better after a while, emphasizing that she should cut out her meat intake. Clara clears the fridge at home and replaces it with fresh produce to follow the doctor's instructions. She also monitors her boss's health to ensure her prime pregnancy. She kindly gives Anna a book about baby names to make her decision easier, which Anna is grateful for. That night, Clara visits a nearby bar to spend her free night. A woman named Gilda joins her table, but she is not keen on talking to anyone at the moment. It is clear that Gilda is attracted to Clara, so she invites her to party with her friends at another table, but she respectfully declines. Still determined, she gives Clara her contact number on a piece of napkin, which makes Clara blush. Back home, Clara hears noises from the kitchen and checks to see if Anna needs anything. She sees her standing by the fridge, a bit disoriented as if she is craving for something. Oddly, Anna starts sniffing Clara from her shoulder up, and not long after that, they start to share a steamy kiss. Out of nowhere, Clara pushes Anna away after realizing that Anna has scratched and bit her too hard to draw blood. The following day, Anna completely forgets what happened the night before, and tells Clara that she just had a weird dream, and even asks Clara what time she got back from the bar. Out of nowhere, she utters the name Joel and lets Clara know that she has chosen a name for her baby boy. Not long after, Clara informs that Anna suffers some kind of sleepwalking disorder which puzzles her, having no idea that she gets up at night unknowingly. Clara is in charge of tracking Anna's pregnancy. She takes notes of her blood pressure and behavior throughout the days in a calendar that displays phases of the moon. She notices that Anna acts weird or sickly on the occurrence of a full moon. Moments later, she hears Anna from the room having a nightmare, so she comes to her for comfort. As Clara holds her, they feel a sense of intimacy and end up making love to each other. When both of them are lying down, Anna awakens out of nowhere, with her eyes entirely in a different color, and she makes her way outside the apartment. Clara curiously follows her around the city, ending up in a bus station where she sees Anna eating a cat after murdering it. The following day, Anna goes about her day as if nothing happened and dances happily in the living room, which confuses Clara. While preparing Anna's meal, she puts some of her blood into the food, thinking that it would relieve her sleepwalking and thirst for blood. After Anna delightfully finishes her food, Clara lets her know about her sleepwalking and the scratches she put on her. Anna falls silent and blames everything on her pregnancy while breaking into tears. That night, they test their theory and spread flour on the floor to see if she sleepwalks. Anna falls asleep soundly, thus confirming that it only happens during a full moon. Their relationship is becoming more serious, and both of them continue to live as a couple. Because Anna now lacks the money to make ends meet, she lets Clara remove gemstones from one of her expensive boots so she could trade it for some money. That night, they talk about farm animals and if Anna has experienced killing one, and she shares about her last kill. It was during a holiday. She went out on her own and ended up in a bar where she met Jorge Mario, a random guy from the bar and the one she had an affair with. They drove to a hill that night and had an intimate moment. Not long after, Anna was awoken by a growl and saw a wolf-like figure just outside the passenger seat. She grabs her revolver and tries to shoot it, but the beast only stares at her before running off into the woods. She describes the creature by saying that it has shiny eyes and a look of anger. Since then, she never saw Jorge Mario again despite looking for him in that town. According to the locals, they know no one of that name. On the next schedule of her ultrasound, the doctor says that the baby has big eyes, big hands, and a big mouth, but the pregnancy is normal as far as they are concerned. The doctor prescribed some medicine for her and reminded Clara not to feed her any meat. However, Anna seems disoriented and worried, even until they get home. While Clara fixes her hair, Anna tells her that she has an intense craving for pine nuts at that hour, saying that she won't be able to sleep if she doesn't eat some. Hesitant to leave Anna alone in the house, Clara goes anyway after Anna's pleas. Shortly afterward, Anna experiences extreme cramping, causing her to feel more uncomfortable in her pregnancy. On the way home, after buying some pine nuts, Clara notices that the moon is full, expecting that Anna may sleepwalk again. As she arrives home, she hears the struggling Anna let out a faint scream and comes to her rescue immediately. It seems like she is about to give birth, so Clara calms her down while she calls the doctor, who is currently unresponsive. Anna's safety is on the line because the pregnancy is too much for her, and the pain becomes unbearable. Realizing that the doctor won't be of any help at this hour, Clara comes back to the room only to find Anna's ruptured belly and her lifeless body. She bids her final goodbye by giving her a last kiss. On the floor, she sees a werewolf pup bloodily crawling and realizes that Anna gave birth to a creature far from human. Despite being confused, she tends to the pup but decides to run away and abandon it in the streets. Clara changes her mind upon hearing the pup's cries and decides to take care of it in her old apartment, naming it Joel. The pup's cries are uncontrollable, so Clara decides to feed it with her blood, despite the pain that she has to endure. Years later, Clara raises Joel as her own. His wolf-like look has subsided, and he seems completely normal. The two spend most of their time together while Clara works as a nurse. One of her patients, Doña Norma, has a granddaughter named Amanda, one of Joel's very few friends. At school, Joel isn't doing very well, but he is always comforted by Mauricio, his best friend. To conceal his thirst for blood, Clara raises him strictly as a vegetarian. Mauricio mocks him for his diet, but Joel insists that he likes being healthy. It happens to be Joel's birthday, but he seems down, feeling like everyone has forgotten about his special day. But little does he know, their neighbors have planned a surprise birthday party for him in Doña Amelia's apartment, which makes him ecstatic. Among the food prepared is a meat stew, but Clara reminds him that he is allergic. Clara lets Joel sleep in a smaller secret chamber known as the Little Bedroom, where she chains him up on full moons. As disturbing as it may seem, Joel does it willingly as Clara is still gentle with him. Joel asks her if he could go to a school party with Amanda on Friday, but because the moon is still full, Clara refuses, putting him in a miserable mood. The following day, Joel has developed extreme hair growth all around his body, and his nails have grown overnight. Moreover, he has forgotten everything that has happened the night before, but Clara comforts him while being groomed. After Doña Amelia babysits him while Clara is at the pharmacy, she notices that the boy is weak and docile. Thinking that he may be hungry, Doña Amelia cooks a piece of meat for him, but he hesitates at first, saying that he is not allowed to eat it. The old lady convinces him by saying that it tastes good, but Clara should not know about it, and it should stay a secret between them. Joel takes the first bite of meat, and just like that, he realizes what he has been missing all these years. A whiff of energy takes over him, and he starts to devour the meat with his hands, almost aggressively. Clara comes home that night, seeing Joel uncover Anna's picture, making Clara mad at him for going through her things. Unexpectedly, Joel becomes more hostile toward her, saying that she isn't his birth mother. She tries all her best to calm him down, but to no avail, so she forces her into the little bedroom but ends up being wounded by him. Curious about his actions, she confronts Doña Amelia if she gave him anything, to which she admits that she cooked a piece of meat for him. Devastated, Clara sinks into the chair, realizing that Joel might crave meat for the rest of his life. Moments later, he hears Mauricio and Amanda calling for Joel to check if he has gotten any better. Clara informs them that he is still sick, so they hand her a gift to give to him. In the morning, Joel has transformed again, and Clara enters the room to give him his friend's gifts before letting him know about his mother. He also asks about his father, but Clara knows nothing of him. In school, he becomes more active and participates more in class. He and Mauricio entertain the whole class by reenacting a combat scene where Joel playfully defeats him but regrets it right away, making their classmates applaud. Afterward, the two boys plan on going out together unsupervised because Joel wants to look for his father. His only clue is a receipt from a mall where Anna used to buy shoes. They commute and ride a train around the city while Clara is clueless about Joel's whereabouts. She fetches him at school but finds out that he isn't there, and worry soon takes over her. She tirelessly goes around town, asking everyone if they have seen the two boys. Meanwhile, the mall starts to close, but Joel and Mauricio manage to hide inside a shop. As night falls, Joel becomes more silent, feeling uncomfortable in his own skin, but Mauricio pays it no mind at first. They stroll through the mall when Joel eventually transforms into a werewolf. His nails and hair start growing, and his face is replaced by a monster, putting Mauricio in a state of panic. The scared boy starts breaking into tears, not knowing what to do. In a matter of seconds, Joel reveals himself completely as a werewolf, and because of his thirst for blood, he chases Mauricio and implicitly eats him. Meanwhile, Clara and Doña Amelia say their prayers at home, extremely worried about Joel. They hear a noise outside, so Clara quickly checks and finds out that Joel has returned home completely weak and covered in blood. Suddenly, Doña Amelia sees Joel covered in hair and blood, advising Clara that they should call a priest, but she refuses to do any procedure on him. While the landlady is making the phone call, she tranquilizes her, knocking her unconscious. She plans on running away with Joel the following day. Clara confronts Joel about his sudden disappearance, to which he explains that he was looking for his father. He had no idea of how he got back or anything about Mauricio. Joel becomes extremely stubborn, refusing to come with Clara and do anything she says. The kid walks out and enters the little bedroom saying that he wants to take down the lights, so Clara helps him out. Unknown to her, Joel tricks and locks her inside. At school, Joel still has no idea that he is responsible for his best friend's death, even missing him being his seatmate. During the break, Amanda talks to Joel about the school dance, and he replies by saying that he will attend it later that night. Back in the apartment, Clara tries to open the metal door with all her will, but it is useless. Her worried coworker, Angela, visits her after numerous missed calls and sees that the gate is unlocked, so she comes in. Confused, she enters the dark apartment and hears thumping noises from the small chamber, so she unlocks it, allowing Clara to be free. Hurriedly, she loads the revolver that was once owned by Anna and makes her way to the school dance, having a strong instinct that Joel might be there. She also stumbles upon Mauricio's father, who is frantic that his son has not been home for 2 nights, but Anna is too busy at the moment and runs off. Just as the dance is about to start, Joel and Amanda are playfully dancing when he begins to transform into a werewolf. Not shortly after, Joel isn't letting go of Amanda's hands, scratching her too hard and causing her to panic. Eerily, he starts falling silent while his body turns into a dangerous and bloodthirsty creature, but he manages to tell Amanda to run away. It is too late for Amanda as she freezes while looking at the already werewolf Joel, who is now setting his eyes on her as prey. Luckily, Clara arrives and shoots him in the leg before he could harm the little girl any further. The traumatized girl reunites with her classmates in the middle of the party. Her bloody appearance makes them speechless, and she tells them about what she witnessed. Because of this, the locals hunt Joel and track down their home. Meanwhile, Claire takes Joel back to the little bedroom to remove the bullet and heal his wound. The beast in the boy has taken the best of him, but Clara sings a lullaby that manages to tame Joel down. Unfortunately, the townsfolk have entered their apartment and start trashing it out, believing that Joel is hell-sent. Finally, Joel and Clara have reconnected despite his non-human form, so she decides that she can't keep him chained and hungry. While the locals bang loudly on the door, Clara and Joel emotionally hold hands and prepare to face all of them together as Joel lets out one strong howl. Subscribe to watch more videos like this. Turn on notifications.